The password was 12 characters long, included a Greek letter, and had only ever been written in one place: my little red notebook, tucked behind a fake cereal box on my pantry shelf. I used to joke that if I got hit by a bus, the company would hemorrhage liquidity within 48 hours. It wasn't a joke. There were $41.2 million spread across 5 offshore jurisdictions, all under my quiet, unassuming control. I wasn't just an accountant. I was the vault. 15 years I sat under a flickering fluorescent bulb, managing invoices, audits, and the company's deepest secrets. Walter Kessler, our founder, trusted me. "If the wolves ever come," he once said, "this is where we hide the meat." I was the one who kept them out. 3 CEOs came and went. I stayed. I balanced the books and buried the bones. I liked it that way. My yogurt at 11:30, Sudoku in ink, my rusted sedan, and no one ever asked what I did after hours. They assumed, correctly, it involved tea and murder, she wrote. Then came Damien Glass. MBA wunderkind, 34 years old, teeth like a toothpaste ad and buzzwords for blood. His first company-wide email read like it had been ghostwritten by a motivational chatbot. "Let's ignite quantum synergy," it said. "Trim the fat. Fuel the rocket. Let's blast off." I'm a CPA, not an astronaut. He wore a Patagonia vest and those white knit sneakers that look like orthopedic marshmallows. When he visited my office, he said, "Sometimes the rustiest pipes burst first." Rust? No. I was seasoned. I'd seen men like him before. Flash over foundation. Shiny slides, no substance. 2 weeks later, I was called into a vision realignment meeting. Damien turned it into a stage show. "Nicole," he said, pacing like a TED Talk reject, "challenges instead of adapting. That's not synergy. That's sabotage." He fired me. Right there. In front of everyone. A guard collected my badge. HR handed me a cardboard box. I walked out with a picture of my cat, Chairman Meow, a busted calculator, and that little red notebook. That night, I didn't cry. I logged into my system, the offshore architecture Walter and I built in the 90s. It wasn't on the company's servers. It was off-grid, hydra-headed, and bound to biometric triggers. I didn't move any money. I changed a single digit, a checksum tag in a back-end routing file. The kind of error that wouldn't raise alarms, at first. But it did. Quarterly interest distributions started to bounce. Analysts at a Swiss bank pulled logs at 3 a.m. wondering how an account with 20 years of spotless clearance suddenly failed. Day 16, a flag in Singapore. Day 20, the CFO called an emergency audit. But I was gone. Credentials revoked. The one person who could fix it, discarded with a severance PDF in Comic Sans. By day 27, the board began asking questions. My inbox stayed quiet, but the whispers reached me. Then I sent the message. 27 words. No sign-off. Just a screenshot. One offshore account, $9.6 million. In the bottom corner, a watermark. User W_alpha_override. That tag. Only I could generate it. Sent to Franklin D. Beals, chairman of the board. The same man who hadn't looked me in the eye since 2013. Within 30 minutes, encrypted chatter exploded between Zurich, London, and New York. At 3:03 p.m., I got a reply. "We'd like to speak. Discreetly. You name the time." I wasn't done. The next day, I video called from my quiet apartment. Chairman Meow in the window. Calm. They looked wrecked. "You want access," I said. "I want compensation. My terms. 10 years severance paid off books from Zurich. Immediate vesting of all stock options. Public termination of Damien Glass, citing reckless conduct." I shared a press release I'd already written. Clean. Professional. Lethal. If you refuse, I said, I send this to regulators, banks, and media with logs. Silence. Then, deal. Within 48 hours, the money hit. Millions, in clean, timed bursts across my accounts like applause after a curtain falls. The board issued the statement. Damien was out. And me. I was in Tulum, barefoot, a mojito in hand, the Caribbean in front of me. A TV behind me blared. Breaking news. CEO Damien Glass ousted amid offshore access controversy. I smiled. He saw a filing cabinet, but I was the foundation, and when you tear out the foundation, the building doesn't stand. I didn't burn it down. I just let it fall.